Hi, so in this session we're going to be making caramelised or a white chocolate creme patisserie. Actually what we're making for this one is we're using gold chocolate. You can use all three, so white, caramelised white chocolate or gold. It's quite a nice recipe just to use for your choux buns or for your eclairs, just something different if you want to, if you just want to try different than the plain chocolate or just a vanilla creme pat. So in here I've got 375 grams of milk. I've also got my vanilla in there, and I've got 2.5 grams of salt. Okay, so white chocolate's really sweet, helping to bring out that flavour and to stop it being quite so sweet. That bit of salt. You can use more salt if you want as well to make it more of a salty caramelly flavour. It's completely up to you. Up to 10 grams in this recipe. Okay, so I've got my 3 egg yolks, and I'm just going to add my whole egg. I'm just going to whisk that together. What I'm going to do, this won't take long to heat up because it's a little bit less liquid than a normal recipe I make. So I've just got that on the low heat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my corn flour slowly at first so it doesn't go everywhere, and then whisk it together. So the other thing that I've also got here is got my gold chocolate. Like I say, you can use white chocolate, you can use caramelised white chocolate or gold. Gold's a similar thing, it's where some of the sugar within the chocolate has been caramelised first, and then also some of the milk powder, the way it's been pressed, is caramelised as well. So what I'm going to do, just to help that to melt and get a little bit of a head start, while that's warming up, I'm going to put the chocolate on top so it acts a bit like a bain-marie, and then what I'm going to do is get whisking this so it's ready to add to the milk. So I've whisked my egg yolk with my corn flour, and that's now nice and smooth, no lumps in there. And my gold I've just had gently over my milk, and that's just pretty much melted. There's only the last few lumps left. See there, it's just about done, and my milk's just coming to a simmer. So I leave the gold in a warm place. So it's just come to a very light simmer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add half of this that milk to the egg yolk, make the liaison, tempering the eggs, preparing them for that high heat, spot to a small whisk. Just use the spatula to get all of that egg yolk, all of that corn flour mixture through. So now back on the stove. I just need to let that come up to heat. Little wipe down. I've got my bowl ready, I've got my cling film ready, everything's just ready to go. Sometimes if your chocolate's not melted enough, once we get a creme pat, we can always use the stick blender to blend our chocolate in so we get that really good emulsification. That's not necessarily needed though. Put that to the side. So I can just feel it starting to thicken on the bottom of the pan. Of that, I just want to now continually whisk it. If I leave it, it could still curdle, even though the corn flour helps protect it, it could still curdle on the bottom of the pan. So it is actually boiling, it's just so thick. And what I'm going to do, add the creme patisserie to the chocolate. And what I am going to do is I'm going to stick blend it and make sure I've got that super smooth emulsion and make it a more stable creme patisserie. Just again, last double check. Make sure there's no lumps of the gold in there. It's got a lovely colour, that nice caramel colour. So I'm going to just cling film the surface. Make sure you get it right over. See it plenty of times. People have it properly. Make sure that it's covered, and then they get the horrible skin on their creme patisserie. So like that. Now that cool, at least 2 hours till cold. May do it quicker if you use the blast chiller. But there we have it, our caramelised white chocolate or gold creme patisserie.